Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. You see, we have the gang all here. Got Tosha T Sizzle in the house, Michigan Mike, and our young buck, Mr. Young Boomer Sooner, Mr. Brandon Lewis in the house. How goes it today, gang?
Blessed. Glad to be here again for another show. Big things are happening with the Extra Point, so I'm glad to be here. Look forward to where it's going to transition to. It's glad, I'm just happy to be here with you guys.
Then you know you got to follow up blessed with something positive, Tasha. So you doing all right? Can you follow up blessed?
Well, first of all, my Wi-Fi went out, so I didn't do anything but wave because I didn't know what you was saying.
Oh wow!
It's winter
so
time
Brandon,
here.
Mike, y'all be on alert because y'all gonna get a lot of her questions today.
Yeah, it's okay. We got it.
It's winter time here, so it's the rainy season. So the rain and the Wi-Fi, even when it's not rain, let me quit lying. It's bad here.
We're gonna pray for that Wi-Fi, okay?
We're gonna really pray for that Wi-Fi. So you said it's winter time in Hollis, Queens, and Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. All right, Michigan Mike, how goes it today with the fresh cut? We see you. You on your way to the players' ball today?
And Michigan's in the playoffs.
Michigan's in the playoffs. What a way to start the show. But before we get started, because I got a lot of messy sports questions for y'all that I know y'all got the answers to. That's why people tune in to watch y'all go off about these sports topics. Before we get into those, and we have plenty, Tosha, can we please get a word from our sponsor?
We are sponsored by May Jane's Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. You can get your Colombian, your Honduran, and your Brazilian blend coffee, fresh ground or not, by my sweet baby girl, Denise. She does have special packages now. I think the gift boxes, you have to order those by December 18th. But she has T-shirts. She says mugs. She has everything. So you can get your Royal Engagement T-shirts, get your Royal Coffee T-shirts, all from MayJanesCoffee.com.
That's MayJanesCoffee.com. We will put the link up here in just a second as soon as Michigan Mike or somebody does that. She says, you look like you're out. So am I coming through like that, y'all? Look, that's a long story, y'all. Y'all bear with me today. Stop laughing at me, y'all. I don't know what my camera must have been to an Ohio state function or something, and it came back and it's not acting right. However, we do have plenty to talk about today on today's show. Let's start with the college football playoffs. Look, she done jinxed her own mama. How about that? See what happens when you talk about a Michigan man? All right, we are down to, fellas. We are down to the Final Four. We've pontificated, we've debated, we've talked back and forth about who should be where, and we finally have our answer. We have Alabama. We have, let me remove you there. We have, there we go. We have Alabama. We have Michigan. We have Georgia, and we have Cincinnati. First question to everybody. Did the committee get it right?
I think they did get it right, but I don't agree with the rankings themselves. I think Michigan should have been number one for sure.
You think Michigan should be number one? Well, that's funny because my first question goes to Brandon. Did Michigan get snubbed as the number one seed?
Of course.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Say that again.
Of course.
Oh, wow. Some Michigan love from the Booner Sooner today. Alabama should be number one.
I mean, my thing is, yes, they did beat Georgia, who was number one, but I mean, Michigan's been playing lights out since, from I say mid-season, and they haven't looked back. So why would they have Bama jump Michigan because they defeated Georgia? To me, it doesn't work that way. Now, I could understand if Michigan was struggling and barely made it, but they didn't barely make it. They actually went out and played lights out. So they should be number one, in my opinion.
All right. Okay. All right. Good stuff by you. Tosha T Sizzle. When it comes to Georgia, me and you were probably the only two in the country that wasn't quite sold on them. Was this just one bad hiccup, one bad performance from them, or did Alabama expose them to be frauds?
I think, I'm not going to necessarily say they were frauds, but they were exposed because they played. Remember, I just kept saying, Alabama is doing this, doing that, but you cannot ever count out Alabama. Alabama just showed who they can really be when it's time to put the cards all out on the table.
Now, is it Alabama showing who they are, or is it Georgia finally showing who they are?
Alabama is showing who they are because we are. Well, again, I'm one of the ones who really did not believe in Georgia because, I mean, the coach every year he gets compared to. Oh God, it slipped my mind. What's his name on the Water Boy? The coach. What is his name? I can't think of.
You talking about Henry Winkler?
Yes, when he was the coach in Waterboy, he was scared of his mentor, and it's kind of what I always think about that with Georgia. I think he's scared of Saban, and for some reason, he can never get up when it comes to playing Saban.
Okay, all right. Now, when I think of Georgia, I think of Mike Tyson. Remember when Mike Tyson first came on the scene? He was knocking everybody out, and there was Tyson, and everybody else was a distant second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Well, in Tokyo, after he got knocked out, it's like everybody was standing in line to go knock Mike Tyson out. And I think Alabama might have been the Buster Douglas in this case. Once they knocked Georgia out, they look really average. Now, if I'm Michigan, I'm lining up to play Georgia. I'm like, okay, they can't fight in the phone booth. They can't stop the run. They can't pass the ball. Sign me up.
Because Georgia's offense did show a little bit. I was surprised. I'm thinking, where did this offense come from? But then it like I always say, sometimes with Michigan, their flip started to show.
Right. Now, Mike, question. Cincinnati got in at number 4. Notre Dame finished right behind them. Did Brian Kelly leaving cost Notre Dame a spot in the college football playoff?
No, I think their loss created them a spot right behind them.
Oh, wait a minute. So wait a minute. Hold on. So now you're pro Georgia, you're pro Cincy?
I think out of everything that played out, I think if Oklahoma State would have won, then I would have had them at the 4th spot over Cincinnati. But since they lost, there was no other team to put in there. So I agree with the Cincinnati spot.
All right, good point. I think Oklahoma State did themselves no favors. Although that's a brutal way to get knocked out of the college football playoff by half a yard on the last play of the game. I thought he had it. He just needed a little more.
It was an incorrect play. Like they drove all the way through pass plays, then all of a sudden they get to the goal line and start doing. They did 3 out of the 4 plays, run plays. Like you can't do that.
Number one, to me, they kept running down their throat. They should have won to the outside in the beginning, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know why they try to kept running. They didn't have their best running back. Their best running back was injured. So to me, that running back that they had playing at that point of time, he was better like as a a screen pass or something like that. He was that type elusive, you know what I mean? But he wasn't a power back.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. The whole game, the way that the game was setting up, Baylor was having none of that running up the middle pretty much the whole game. They were already a stout run defense in the first place. I was just surprised, like you said, that you wouldn't go. You passed the ball all the way down there. You couldn't do a pick route, a rub route, something, a QB draw, something a little more creative on first, second, and third down. I agree with you there. Now that we have the college football playoff set, we're going to get extensively into those matchups next week as we get closer to the actual playoff games themselves. But my question, Brandon, is there what non-college football playoff bowl game are you most interested in watching?
Well, I have a few. I like the Sugar Bowl between Baylor and Ole Miss.
Oh, that's going to be a shootout.
And if you guys don't know, we just hired the offensive coordinator for Ole Miss here at OU, Jeff Levy, who's a Sooner alum. So he won't probably be coaching that game. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything, but that'll be good with Dave Aranda and Lane Kiffin going head-to-head in New Orleans. And then also I got the Peach Bowl. I got Michigan State versus Pitt. Kenny Pickett is looking really, really good at quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's a Heisman candidate. I've always been a fan of Kenny, but this was his best year, I'll have to say. This is when he played lights out. He's making it a point that he's going to the NFL draft, and he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks going into the draft. And then you have
the size and the arm strength. He definitely does.
And then you have my boy across the way with Kenneth Walker III, running like lights out, looking like hey, wait for us, look what you're missing out on. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to see that matchup. Those are my 2 matchups.
Good morning, Grandpa Langston. The show has officially begun now. And the thing is, I'm only going to jump the line because we have the same game here. I got Kenneth Walker III versus Mr. Pickett, two of the best players in college football. And I think that if your team is not playing in the bowl game during the Chick-fil-A Bowl, go ahead and get your popcorn ready. I think those two players are looking to improve their draft stock, so they're going to put on a show. Tosha, a bowl game that you're interested in that's not a playoff game.
None of them.
Really, Michigan? I expected Mike to say that.
There are too many damn bowl games. In 1990, and I Googled this, there were like, I think 14 to 9, I think it was 19, if I can remember, bowl games. There are damn 44 effing bowl games. I don't care.
Right, you got the Cheez-It Bowl, the Rat Trap Bowl. We had the orange, the Fiesta, the Rose, and the Sugar Bowl. We had when it was the Mobile Cotton Bowl. We had the Outback Bowl and the Gator Bowl and things like that. But now, I mean, you got the Repel Aid Mosquito Spray.com Bowl. It's oversaturated. Like, everyone does not deserve to go to a bowl game. And that's when they change. Oh, if you get 6 wins, you get a bowl game. No, I don't want to see a team that barely won its 6th game go to a bowl game and play. I don't want to see that. You see, Brandon, this is what happens when Michigan goes from 2-4 to the college football playoff. Now, see, last year we would have been in the Concrete Gravel Bowl, the Dallas North Tollway Bowl, and we would have been happy to be there and watch them. Now that we in
I would have watched it because it was Michigan. But my interest is waned sometimes when they're not playing for anything. So you want to go so you can take some photos and get a ring and get some swag to say, I went to the alltees.com bowl.
I want my beats, Padre.
It's all about the money and everything like that, how I can get my business out there and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love seeing all these bowl games, but when you have some of the dumbest, like, sponsors, I hate to put it that way, but, okay, now I like you see PlayStation is on Fiesta Bowl. That kind of took the mitts out of. To me, that doesn't go together. PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. So, like what
it used to be the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Like,
yeah,
right.
That elaborated. That went together. But now you got PlayStation. So I'm guessing when you win, you get a PlayStation.
Hey, sign me up for that. I'd rather have that than a bag of damn corn chips. Now, Mike, you're one of the people who are going to be off for all the bowl season. This man gets like 33 PTO days in December alone, ain't but 31 days. So you're actually going to be home and around to watch all these 2:30 on the Monday bowl games, 7:30 on the Tuesday bowl game. So, Mike, it gives you something to watch. Is there one game that sticks out to you other than the Orange Bowl where Michigan will play Georgia?
No. No, I'm just I'm going to agree with y'all on the Michigan State Pitt game. I am looking forward to that one. But to Tasha's point, I mean, outside of the New Year's Day games, that's where I kind of stop at.
What are you going to watch? Bowl game that is after New Year's Day.
Ain't nothing on Netflix.
Yeah, you're gonna watch. That's a whole bunch of Jacksonville. That's a Jacksonville Jaguars versus Detroit Lions, like every day. Like, I don't want to watch that.
After the New Year's Day
watch
bowl,
the macaroni and cheese bowl.
I will say I'm looking forward to the Notre Dame Oklahoma State game to see how.
There we go. All right.
To see if Oklahoma State rebounds from their loss. And then I want to see the Rose Bowl, Ohio versus Utah. Just the fact that it's been a while since they've actually played in a bowl that didn't really matter or have any implications.
So you're doing this to them on that bowl then, huh?
Yeah. So, and as y'all know, when Michigan plays in a poor, I guess we would call a boo-boo bowl, we don't show up at all. And so I kind of want to see how they react to it.
Well, that's the granddaddy of them all. So they may just go just to be in California and just to say, hey,
the Rose Bowl is the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, but they might get caught. I mean, it's Utah, so they're probably like, okay.
Now, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was going to say shouts out to the Aristocrata bands who will be marching in their Rose Bowl parade.
They will be. Shouts out Crat alum right here. Trombone player 1993. Not to date myself. Brandon, you omitted the San Antonio gallon bucket hat bowl. What Oklahoma's playing in a bowl down there, aren't they?
Yeah, the Alamo Bowl. I actually got offers, but kind of like my current situation, so I have to deny that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
All right. Now, Alexa says he wants to know about the elephant in the room. Does Michigan got a chance? Oh, what are you, Mike? Answer the question for the man.
Of course, we got a chance. We got.
I'm a Cardinals fan. I agree.
You open up your lungs, Mike. That was a little pitchy.
No, I don't see. I don't see how they're going to stop our two edge rushers at all. I think that's going to be the game changer.
Jabo and Hutchinson. No.
Yep.
They can't be stopped.
What are your thoughts on that, Brandon? You like Michigan's chances against Georgia?
Oh, of course. Their defensive coordinator already took a head coaching job at Oregon. So I don't think their defensive will be as, in tune because, they just lost, their kryptonite, who's helping them, be star this year. So I think Michigan has a chance. And I haven't really looked at the Michigan team too much, but from what I've heard from you guys and just, reading.
Yeah, and America and the world too.
So, yeah,
Georgia, you're some frauds. You're Mike Tyson in 1991 when he got his mouthpiece knocked out over there in Tokyo, and now you're gonna have they're gonna have the Holyfields and the Riddick Bowles, and everybody else is gonna be lining up to knock their teeth out.
I will say the only way, and I've seen all these teams go up against Michigan. The only way, and it's always funny because they always start out trying to run the ball, and I'm like, that's not how you beat Michigan. You gotta pass the ball and you gotta pass it deep. Mm-hmm. That's the only way you can beat Michigan. So the Alabama one will be a good game if we get there, when we get there. But Georgia can't do that, so I'm not worried.
Georgia don't want that smoke. Their offensive line is putrid, like you said. When you got a Jabo on one side with his 11 sacks, you got Heisman finalist Aiden Hutchinson on the other side with his record-breaking number of sacks this year. The back end is playing great. The linebackers are running to the ball. Their running game, they have a two-headed monster in Georgia, but Georgia's the only team out of all the college football playoff teams that didn't beat another team that's currently ranked in the top 10. Even Cincinnati can say they beat a team that finished in the top 10. Georgia can't say that. Clemson didn't finish in the top 10, and Alabama smoked them. So all you SEC folks out there, normally I try to play it non-biased, but Michigan Mike got it right. Y'all got to bow down to the Big Ten this year, baby. You got to bow it down. Now, speaking of Aiden Hutchinson, Mr. Brandon, tonight we have the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Somebody is going to join Mr. Marcus Mariota and them in the Horseman house. And for the people out there who are wondering, we have Michigan defensive end Aiden Hutchinson, Pittsburgh QB Kenny Pickett, Bama QB Bryce Young, and Ohio State QB CJ Stroud. Brandon, who walks away with the hardware tonight?
Bryce Young. Yeah, it's going to be Bryce Young. To me, I was looking at his stats and everything. His stats look better. And we already know as a defensive player, Aiden Hutchinson doesn't have a chance. It's nice that he's in there, but he's not going to have a chance. Just because if you look at history, when the last time we had a defensive player, that was Charles Woodson from Michigan, correct?
Yep.
So,
and technically, they did not put him in as a defensive player. Right. So we really have never had a defensive player.
Yeah. So, I see Bryce Young taking it away. That's just my opinion.
Tosha, do you agree?
Okay. Let me give him a little history.
Okay.
I don't understand now. It's not a far back history. I just don't understand why now they always say, oh, this Heisman moment. And they say it more than ever now. Tua Tagovailoa was the odds-on favorite runaway for the Heisman. Mississippi State, clanger, breaks his hip, and then all of a sudden it's no more Tua. Then Kyler Murray gets it for one game. Then you have, I'm just gonna say it. We got Tennessee's own. Did you know that he was from Tennessee? What's his name from? Kenneth Walker was from Tennessee.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from right outside of Memphis. He's from Shelby County. He is not anywhere in the category. Anywhere, not even being invited. In 3 years, he's ran for damn near literally 6,000 yards.
And he was their only offense this year.
And usually 2,000 yards handed you Ron Dane, Tim Biakapatuka. It handed you the Heisman. So I say all that to say, yeah, the boy from Bama's going to win it. But I just don't. To me, the Heisman has kind of lost its luster.
Well, who should win it then? If you think that he's not worthy.
I mean, I really think Kenneth Walker. I mean, we talked about this, about three or four shows ago when they were talking about the Ohio quarterback. Remember,
CJ
we said
Stroud.
that, and I said, I think Kenneth Walker should win the Heisman. I mean, I think it's just disrespectful that they didn't even invite him.
I think
you got that quarterback.
Ohio really hurt him too. When you talk about a Heisman moment, when they totally got shut down in both races.
But look at what he did the entire season. You shouldn't win or lose off of one game. Like the Pitt quarterback, why is he even there? I didn't know anything about him until he did that fake slide last week.
We're going to talk about the fake slide. Mike,
Wow.
Last week on Fact or Fiction, you said that Aiden Hutchinson would get invited to New York for the Heisman ceremony. That was fact. He will be in New York tonight. Does he stand a chance? Brandon says no.
I hope he does, just because, to everyone's point, it's supposed to be the highest of the high players, no matter what position you play, like how big of an impact you have on your team and the rest of the league. Aiden Hutchinson, like, he brought him and Ojabo in itself. Like, you have Ojabo on the other side and you're still getting record sacks. Like, that's amazing. Ojabo's amazing too. Like, he's on the top 10 or top 15 chart too. So I'm rooting for Hutchinson. I agree it's not going to be him. It's going to be Bryce Young because he has over 4,300 passing yards or something crazy like that.
And 43 touchdowns to go along with it.
And I think Stroud, I think they do look at individual games, especially big rivalry games like the game and getting demolished. And then after the fact, waiting 2 weeks and then saying, oh, some of the teammates had the flu. Like, go sit down somewhere.
Right. SYAD, Stroud. You got boat race.
And then the quarterback from Pitt, I think he is good. But no, I'm going to say no because of that fake slide incident. I think they'll just be like, nope. And then,
the NCAA recently just changed that rule now, making that play illegal this
I
week.
agree with that.
Good job by the NCAA on that.
I think it's going to finish out Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Kenny Pickett, Aiden Hutchins.
I do too. I do too. I think we're
I think it's gonna.
I mean, I don't know why somebody would expect Hutchinson to win it when he didn't even win the top defensive players at the award show the other night.
Yeah,
he sure didn't.
I
think that Ojabo's presence makes it even a tougher case because you have a top 10 draft pick on the other side of you that makes you virtually impossible to be double teamed, where some of the other people may not have that issue. So I totally agree with you there. Now it's time to play a little fact or fiction with the crew. They have no idea what I'm about to ask them, so we're gonna keep them on their toes. So this is coming at you live, ladies and gentlemen. Tosha T Sizzle, we're gonna start with you. Jim Harbaugh will be the highest paid coach in the Big Ten next year. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. After winning the AP and Pro Football Focus Coach of the Year award, first coach to ever do that. That's fiction. Mike is grinning. I can't wait to get his thoughts on that. Fiction. Does he get an extension at all?
I think he will get an extension because, he was based on that pay for play scale because they said, give us some money.
You're right, like the day labor jobs where you got to stand out there and wait for them trucks to pick you up.
And, I do think it was a good thing, like his bonuses and everything that he got. He did, relegate that money to other people who were struggling. But, I mean, he's going to get a nice deal, but
he's not going to get more than the $9 million or $10 million a year the Michigan State coach is going to get.
I don't think so.
Wow, he's not deserving, Mike. Do you agree with that?
No, I think he is going to get paid out. I think he will get about 10.1. Just because, like what you said, like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like he is getting all these recruits from that big win. I think he will get paid out.
But those are Saban-esque numbers. Nick Saban is the highest paid employee in the state of Alabama.
Right. And so if he
but Saban has umpteen thousand rings.
Right, and he got those nice Aflac commercials with Deion Sanders. We ain't seen Harbaugh on TV yet. If Harbaugh is smart, his agent will be leaking him to the NFL right now. I will link myself to Chicago. I will link myself to Detroit, Houston, any team that's under 500. I'm putting that out there in the media for Michigan to step up because he has taken the team to the Super Bowl and the college football playoffs. The man has got a resume to hold Michigan hostage. And if you're Michigan, you'd be a fool to let him walk. Brandon, fact or fiction? Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey are no longer elite running backs. Fact or fiction?
I'll probably have to go fiction.
Really?
Yeah, I have to go fiction. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they might have gotten injured and everything. But I still say they're elite. Like okay, let's look at this way. Especially the Giants. Who else do you have besides Saquon? So they're the one that's dragging him down. That's why he's becoming injured. If it wasn't for that, if they had other people to compliment him, then yeah. Now Christian McCaffrey, kind of same situation. You know what I mean? They done drug him down and everything like that. They done, he's the Swiss Army knife for them.
He is, but I like to take a word from Tosha, a phrase that Tosha uses all the time. They're not even pitching the bitch no more. Like, he's getting injured just coming in and out of the lineup.
You cannot. It's fact. You cannot be elite if you're not on the field. I don't care what it is. And then a friend of mine told me this. His brother's in the NFL, and he played in the NFL for a while. He says the way these athletes, they're too big now. That's why That's why they are often injured. He says the way their bodies are developing is developing too fast and too big for what they are doing on that field.
You know what? It's interesting that you say that because two of the biggest workout warriors, if you watch their offseason programs, is Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, doing all those power lifts and doing all that freakish stuff, looking like bodybuilders, and their bodies are breaking down on them like back to back to back to back. It's almost like when you know it's time to get rid of your car, when first it's the alternator, then it's the check engine light, then that one back tire, they won't hold air because, they looking kind of skittish. Now, Mike, you had both of these teams on your fantasy team, so you've seen them up close and personal this year. Do you agree?
Hell yeah, I agree. These guys, it's not just about like who's around them, because at the end of the day, if you watch them run, they don't look the same. From even
looked a little slow last week.
Yeah, from even 2 years ago, like it's not the same running backs, and so yeah, I don't see how they're going to bounce back from this.
Yeah, and
now,
Langston has a point.
The running back has a short shelf life, and they're missing that window. That's an important key as well. He said, "Mike, Mike, it's your season."
No, I'm in the playoffs.
Oh, hey, Mike drafted well. He is still in playoff contention. Now, Mike, fact or fiction? Antonio Brown will be a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. She didn't even let me get the statement out.
I think Tosha got that one.
Antonio Brown will be a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next year. Fact or fiction?
No, that's fiction. I don't see how that's going to be possible. They don't play around. They're still trying to win more championships.
Really? Brandon, do you agree with that?
That he's going to be on the Tampa Buccaneers?
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that. He's a clown. Like,
why would you
want him on your team? You know what I mean?
AB said, "Let me holler at your vaccine card." That's what he just sent me.
Brandon, I'm sorry. Finish it.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
The man is a joke. The man is a joke. That's all I have to say. He's a joke. He's a clown. I'm glad.
He said clown. Let's break it this morning.
I'm glad he got out of New England. That was smart by Bill Belichick ousting that man. And I mean, he's no longer our problem. Y'all can keep having him in Tampa Bay if y'all want. Issue, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, he is.
They called the man Buster Brown.
I mean, that's talent that's just wasted. I mean, and again, I do think it has a lot to do with his mentals.
Hey, what did your boy from Seattle say?
He's check your mentals and your chicken.
He don't take care of either one of those. And chickens means money, y'all.
He is so talented. I mean, I remember him doing the doo-doo brown when he was in Pittsburgh. I mean, he's so talented, and that's what bothers me when you have athletes who possess that ability, but cannot get it together here and squander their name, their opportunities, and they chicken. You in this game because of the chicken, and you're losing it.
And
Antonio Brown is crazy. Go ahead, Brandon.
The crazy thing about it is Marquise Brown, the receiver for the Ravens, that's his cousin. But you don't ever hear him talking with them or have any interaction with them, anything like that.
His mama put a bug in his ear. You stay away from Antonio now.
Yeah.
We all know there's cousins out there that you just like, oh, okay.
Mike, right? We all got them cousins. Now you know Antonio gonna be sleeping in that back room at grandmama's house from the 70s and 80s. You know that back room where they tell you to tell the little kid, don't go back there in that back room. Your uncle back. You know what? Let's keep going. Tasha. Fact or fiction? Kyrie Irving will play in the NBA this year. Fact or fiction?
Why you keep giving me all the questions? And you know I'm trying to be PC. I can't say what I want to say.
That's why, look, if the seat ain't hot, I'm not doing my job. Fact or fiction?
He is not going to play because now he's trying to get a plant-based vaccine.
Is that smokable? Is he talking about a herb? What kind? Like?
It can't be that because if that was the case, I would be fully immune. Like I would have my booster shot and everything. So,
ladies and gentlemen, the views of Tosha T Sizzle do not necessarily reflect the news of our great sponsors. Keep going, Tasha.
But he's not going to play because, and I mean, I was kind of on his side for standing up what was.
And basically not lying,
but he's. What happened? Who's gone?
No, nobody's gone.
Is it me? Is it? Oh, okay. But no, I can't back him now. Because of this. It's this foolishness.
It is. Mike, do you agree with Tasha? He won't play this year?
Yeah, I agree. I think what we're talking about with the running backs, I mean, it's the same in the NBA too. I mean, yeah, it's a larger length of time that they have, but his time is ticking too. So
yeah, he's not a spring chicken, and he's had a lot of injuries. Like Langston said, I'm sick of seeing these guys wasting their opportunities, like Gordon, the ex-Cleveland. Exactly. At some point, the foolishness has to usurp the talent, or else you're not going to be any good anymore. Kyrie, Brandon, you think he's gonna suit him up? You think he's gonna get the jab or get traded or something?
No, he's gonna be at home. I mean, chilling, watching his boys. That's what he's gonna be doing.
Watching the extra point.
Yeah,
like me with his leg popped up.
He gonna learn from us. He gonna learn from us. That's all to it. I mean, like, what are you doing? And that's the thing. You have so many people with those egos that I'm Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna do what I want to do. No.
I'm the smartest man in the room, right?
Yeah. You still have an employer, and that employer is under the NBA. So, I mean, hey, it's either you get with the program or you going to just stay at home.
Gen Z, we're going to cut this up. We're going to cut that up for Gen Z. We're going to cut that up and put it on loop this week and put that on TikToker, as my mama called it, TikToker. We're going to put that on Instagram because Gen Z, you need to hear that. What Brandon said is true about life in general. When you start having kids, start having them bills roll in, you can start rolling, popping your neck at your boss if you want to, till you get the pink slips on your door.
You can say whatever you want on your last day.
Right. Right. They don't care.
Right. But make sure the last day is the day that you call your last day, not, hey, Brandon, can we see you in my office for a minute? Right. And it's always right before you clock out.
Right. They want to talk to you, and then you like, oh, man.
Let me holler at you.
Yeah, let me holler at you.
Tell me I done worked all day, and now y'all up. Boom.
It's refreshing because we're old school. We came up in a different era. It's refreshing to hear somebody in your generation say that about work because, the
I was always told I got an old soul.
Quit your job.
Always told that.
Right. Now, let's keep you right there on the hot seat then. Fact or fiction, Brandon? Bill Belichick will win a Super Bowl with Mac Jones.
I say fact.
So does that fact mean this year?
No, I'm not saying this year. Long term, yes.
I tend to agree with that. Tasha, Mike, y'all agree?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
Come on, Sasha, you know. Show your boy some love. Come on now.
I mean, y'all know I hate the Patriots.
It's okay. I still love you.
Brady's not there anymore. I thought it was because of Brady.
The whole organization, they knew that he fumbled that ball. He did. That was not damn tuck rule. It was a fumble. I don't care about the damn deflated balls. The hell with those. I'm mad because Jerry Rice and Charles Woodson missed their opportunity to go to the Super Bowl that year because his ass cheated, because he fumbled and then gave Vinatieri all the time. They cleaned the snow, gave him all the time to clear that out so he could kick that field goal.
She ain't never letting that go, America.
I hate
Jerry Rice and Charles Woodson, they already got their championships. I'm talking about Rich Gannon. Like, come on, man. He had a stellar season that year.
On the extra point today. Who knew? That's right. They were robbed in that divisional round playoff game. That was a great game. Mike, and I want you to be nice. This is a morning show. Fact or fiction? Zion Williamson will never make an all-star appearance. Fact or fiction? Damn, he ain't let me get it out.
Yeah, that's an easy one. What is he, 350 now?
Don't do that.
Too big, MC?
Yeah, he has a vertical of 4 inches, I think. Like, no, there ain't no way.
They said it's them Popeyes biscuits down there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But they have been releasing photos that shows that he's not necessarily 350. He doesn't look that bad. I saw some updated photos of him out, and people said, "Oh, this is Zion," so it may defunct the theory that he's up to 350. But I agree with Mike because he doesn't want it hard enough. He wants it given to him.
Right. You can't be in your 3rd season and just now getting a trainer. It's too late for a tutor a week before the final exams and you've been failing all year. That's too late. But we're going to come back to you real quick, Brandon, because Langston is taking shots at your Patriots. He says, boy, y'all are living off history still. When the rubber hit the road, Mac Jones will not be able to fully evolve into that player like Brady. To that, you say what, Brandon?
I mean, why would you want to evolve to be like Brady? Be Mac Jones.
Clank, 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 clank.
My thing is, you might think we're going off the history, and I'm telling you this live. No, he needs to be Mac Jones. Simple as that. Facts.
Now, speaking of living off history shows us in 2001 when the Patriots knocked off New England, Brady looked a little bit like Jones. He handed the ball off to the running backs. He let Willie McGinnis and all those boys get after the quarterback. He played a conservative game. They had a great kicker. They had a strong defense. They had Troy Brown and them running underneath routes. He wasn't just airing it out to Randy Moss at that time in his career. He just did not lose the game, and he managed the game well. Mac Jones, I mean, I wasn't sold on Mac Jones. I wasn't sold on him coming out of college, but sometimes you fall into the right place at the right time. Sometimes you meet that soulmate that complements what you do so well that the teamwork is just, as a team, you all just leap mountains. And as we have 2 married people on it, they certainly can understand that. You know, teamwork makes the dream work. And he fell into the right situation at the right time. He is blowing all of his rookie counterparts out of the water as far as productivity. And I'm a Titans fan. We got to see New England again if we want to go to the Super Bowl. And I think that Bill Belichick is going to win a Super Bowl with him because they got him under a rookie deal for 4 years. They're not paying that man no money. So look out, AFC. Damn, I'm sick of the Patriots. Look at him. He said he's talking about a winner. We shall see about that part. Now, speaking of Brady and Bill, I know you hate them both, Tosha, but would you want to see them in a Super Bowl? Would that be good TV for you? Would that be good NFL drama? Would you want to see them fight it out in the Super Bowl?
No. You know, the only reason why I was kind of glad that Tampa won was because of my boy Ndamukong Suh. I wanted him to win a ring because I love him. I like the way he plays. I like he's a little dirty. Remember, he used to step on people. I didn't care about that. He's a good player.
That's so Detroit.
Right. Just Detroit versus everybody.
That's true.
I don't like the Patriots and I hate Tom Brady. So no, I don't want to see that at all.
Mike, would you like to see that? Is that good drama for you?
I actually want to see it. So they're the 2 best at their positions or their specific spots. One of the best coach of all time, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and they've always had this beef or drama between each other. Like, it was my team, no, it's my team. Okay, well, now you have your own teams. Now y'all play each other.
Brandon?
No, I don't. I could
What?
I can honestly care less. We already seen it in the season, so why do I want to see a rematch?
Okay,
You know?
all right.
I mean,
See,
I
that
don't
was my
even think the
answer.
views are going to be up that high, really, to be honest with you.
You don't think the Bucks gonna get there? No way.
No, I'm talking about the views. Like, I don't think the views are going to be high. Like, that's not going to be
They
a most
won't.
watched game.
Wow, Mike, you disagree with that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that we've already seen a regular season matchup, but we all know that Belichick and Brady playoff versions are totally different, and that's what I want to see. I want to see Super Bowl.
It's the 2-week lead up that will make me literally jump off my patio face first into anything sharp, like the Brady, Belichick, Brady. Oh no, not with a week in between games. Oh hell no, that's too much.
I could not watch any sports related shows because that's all that they would talk about, and I
That
don't
would be too much. What would be your dream matchup, Tasha, of the Super Bowl matchup this year?
49ers versus everybody.
I said dream, not nightmare. We already gonna count that out. They're not getting out the West. Brandon, what would be your dream scenario for a Super Bowl matchup this year?
Probably Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Versus the Patriots. So a little OU Bama.
Okay, all right. Now I had Arizona in my dream matchup as well. We'll see what Mike's. Well, we know what Mike's is. Mine would be Arizona versus the Chargers. Two young quarterbacks, two teams that. The Chargers. I want to see some new blood in there. Two young quarterbacks get Kyler Murray versus Justin Herbert. Let's get that popping. I can just no more Bill. No, just like y'all tired of King James. No more Bill. No more Brady. No. Let's get a new era started. Then speaking of eras, this current era has never really seen the Dallas Cowboys prosper. Brandon said himself, what was you, a year old the last time they won the championship? Or you weren't even born yet, were you?
No, I was a year old. No, I wasn't born yet. I wasn't born yet.
Lamar Jackson is a close second, but I hate Baltimore for obvious reasons, Langston. But I would like to see Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl. Dallas has a big game coming up this weekend against the Washington Redskins. 3 weeks ago, this would have been a laugher. But since then, Dallas has fallen on hard times. As Tosha said on a tweet I saw on Twitter, talking about that quarterback's wife who's boosting purses out the mall. I'm going to digress on that. Make sure y'all Google that. That's a good story. So she asked, was they falling on hard times? But I digress. Dallas is falling on hard times. Washington is on a roll. My question, after starting 6-1, Langston, the Cowboys now fighting for the NFC East lives. Are they still a Super Bowl contender, Mike, in your opinion?
Super Bowl, I've never said that they're a Super Bowl contender.
Don't be in denial. They were at 6-1. Don't do that.
I don't think that they were. We know what the Cowboys are. We know that they come November, December, they start having these internal battles of like, oh, my back hurts now, like some of these aches. Do I think that they will lose against Washington? No, I think they'll still make the playoffs, but they're not Super Bowl caliber.
Hey, Mike McCarthy was getting the massages in Green Bay. Maybe he knows your boy Watson's people. Maybe he can, you know what? Let's keep moving.
Get him a crafty tug while he's at it.
No, don't get the crafty tug now. Let's stay out of jail, McCarthy. Brandon, tell the truth. The Cowboys are still a Super Bowl contender, ain't they?
What's the Cowboys' favorite saying? Are we going to the Super Bowl this year? Nope. Nope. Y'all not going to the Super Bowl. But to answer your question, they are not Super Bowl contenders. I never thought they really were Super Bowl contenders. And the reason I say that is as long as Jerry Jones is in the front office and run the team, they will no longer see a Super Bowl. And I'm 25, and I'm telling you that, so I must be knowing what I'm talking about.
Because you got to see it to believe it. And after 25 years, if your wife ain't burns the macaroni and cheese every year for 25 years, you might not want to let her cook it for Thanksgiving on the 26th year.
You saw what happened when a coach actually took control of the team. They won Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson's teams. Now he was like, wait, I want more control of this. You're gonna have to get out.
Yeah.
And then look, it's the curse of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, he's
It
a
is the
great.
curse of Jimmy Johnson looking like you go everything you do. What's going on, Michael Harris? Shouts out. Thanks for joining the show. Tasha, why are we even asking you? But we're going to have to be fair. I'm going to have to just sit and bear this. Are the Cowboys a Super Bowl contender? Tell the truth and shame the devil.
They are pretenders. The only reason why they are relevant at this point is because of the division they play in. Because the NFC East division has been boo. No, they've been diarrhea. They've been the creamy substance that when you wipe the tissue goes.
Oh Lord!
Oh, that's again, the views of Tosha T Sizzle don't necessarily reflect the views of the Extra Point, our sponsor.
They just so happen to be the best team in the NFC mess.
Okay, let me tell y'all why y'all are blasphemous and why y'all are wrong. Those Cowboys teams in the past, yes, they were headed by Jerry Jones. Yes, they had puppeteers as coaches. But one thing that they have now that they had pre-Brandon's arrival to Earth, they got some dogs on defense. They got some dogs. They got Michael Parsons. They got Mr. Diggs out there leading the league in interceptions. You get Randy Gregory back. He can't even get suspended no more for smoking his tweeds. You got DeMarcus Lawrence back. Y'all saw what he did to Taysom Hill? They got some dogs on defense. So even if Zeke is taking a step back and he doesn't look the same, which he ain't, don't do that, Mike. Sit up, Mike. Don't do that. Even though Zeke is taking a step back, even though Dak has taken a step back. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Langston chimes in. Okay, has Arizona won a Super Bowl? Have the Rams won a Super Bowl? We're going to skip that name. Won a Super Bowl?
The Rams did.
Please tell me why you would
take that
standard against Dallas, but would say teams that – okay, so basically what he's saying is there's other teams out there that's never won a Super Bowl like Arizona that we say are contenders. And I think Arizona is a contender. But the thing with Dallas that we cannot avoid is the elephant in the room, which is Jerry Jones. He went on his local radio show this week and did call out his receivers, say they was running bad routes and that it wasn't all on Dak. When we all watched the film, we know that was on Dak. Dak is taking a step back. But Michael Parsons, Javon Diggs, Randy Gregory, D-Law, them boys is going to do just what Tampa Bay's defense did last year. They're going to get hot. They finished with a substandard schedule. They're going to get a home game by winning the NFC lease. And then they're going to take it on the road and beat the Rams or beat Tampa Bay. All hearts and minds clear on that? Now, for the people listening on the podcast, that silence you heard was all of them shaking their head. No.
Yeah, no. I mean, we just got through talking about how difficult it is to come from injury about the running backs. And then you over here saying, oh, yeah, they're going to all come back from being off and ready to go. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Right,
No,
being hurt. Zeke hurt. All your wide receivers hurt. Everybody in the organization had that Rona. But you think everybody going to come back and just miraculously just
you got a solid defensive line. You got a solid secondary. You have a solid offensive line. You got a top 10 quarterback. You, as a duo, if you implement Pollard and make him the feature back, you got a top 10 running back duo and a top 5 wide receiver duo.
But you said if. They haven't did it yet. They're not listening.
Yeah.
I mean, you said if.
Did nobody tell you to listen to what I was saying, Brandon?
Well, it'll be nice. It'll be nice if they did. But, I mean, it's all good and dandy that we think that. But is Jerry Jones thinking that? No. As long as Jerry Jones keep thinking and having that mindset, it's a reason why he's a business owner and a businessman and not a coach. Yes, he might have been on the Arkansas National Championship team, but did he go to the league? No, he did not.
He didn't.
So he needs to stay in his place as a business owner and a businessman and let the coaches do the coaching. And they'll probably be in a better situation.
Right. Now, Langston put a nice little bow on this. He says, sometimes you just have to weather the storm during injuries. They survive still in first place. Are you talking about the Cowboys or them Tennessee Titans? Without the other king, King Henry, who will be back. And you know what? We're not going to talk about the Titans today because they're on a 2-game losing streak. So we're not going to talk about them right now. What we will talk about, fellas, as we await T Sizzle's arrival back. We're gonna do the Bowl Mania challenge, the extra point style. We're gonna pick the bowl games each week that are coming up for the subsequent week, and we're gonna keep score, Brandon, to see which one of us comes out on top and has the best college football bowl picks. And we're gonna start this week with 2 games. I have no idea about either one of these teams, but I'm feeling lucky today. I got my May James coffee. I got my MVP Cam. I got all of my. I got my Puff Daddy shirt on. That's gonna scare everybody if I open this up. Let me zip that on back up. Don't you stop laughing, Brandon. So here we go. First up, MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University versus Toledo. Brandon, who you got? Mike, make sure you record these picks.
I got Toledo. Toledo almost upset Notre Dame this year.
They did.
And
Toledo, by you, they did. I just happened to watch that game.
Yeah. Toledo, they in the MAC, of course, but they're one of the hottest teams in the MAC, so I see Toledo taking it.
Mike.
Yeah, I got Toledo too.
Tosha.
Yeah, Toledo.
You ingrate. As much time as we spent down partying in Murfreesboro, we got to go with Middle Tennessee State University. Although Langston, for once, agrees with Mike and Brandon. It's going to rain today in Dallas. He agrees with y'all. He says Middle is a mess. They are a mess, but it's Murfreesboro. It's right down the street from where we grew up. I'm going Middle Tennessee State. Next up, we have Northern Illinois versus Coastal Carolina. Brandon, you are up first. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Coastal Carolina. Grayson McCall is a pretty good quarterback. They have played good. I will say it's just a conference they're playing in. They don't get to, really show much.
Yeah, they play those Friday night games on ESPN.
Yeah, so I'll have to go with Coastal Carolina.
Langston agrees. Hey, keep Langston scoring there too, since he knows so much about football. Langston agrees with you two on both. Who you got, Mike?
I got the upset. I got Northern Illinois.
Really? Okay. I'm going with Coastal Carolina myself. Tosha T Sizzle, you going with CC or NI on this one?
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois. Oh, Lord, I may be in last place if these games don't fall right going into week 2. Now let's get into the big boy matchups, the NFL picks. Brandon, we're going to start with Baker versus Jackson. Who you got? Baltimore or Cleveland this weekend?
I got Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore.
And speaking of Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, I know you're watching. I know you're watching while you're in the cold, so I need you to look in my eyes. I'm falling from first place to damn near out of the playoffs because of you holding on to the damn ball too long. Throw it or run. I'm sorry. Mike, who you got?
It's so hard to pick. It's so hard to pick Baltimore because they're so inconsistent.
They are so inconsistent.
I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
Langston goes with Cleveland as well. T Sizzle, who you got on this one?
B-Mo.
I'm going Baltimore one more time because I need him to play good to make the playoffs this week. Brandon, should I sit him for Joe Burrow this week?
Who Joe Burrow playing?
I don't know who since he's playing. Somebody find that real quick.
Cincinnati's playing the 49ers.
Yeah, probably Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow against the 49ers. Come on.
They play the 49ers.
First of all,
yeah.
There ain't gonna be too many more.
I'm starting to get the 49ers. Thank you, Brandon.
This 49ers slammed on this show.
Well, okay, then you up next then. Vegas versus Kansas City. Tosha T Sizzle, who you going with?
Ooh, Kansas City.
Mike?
I'm going to have to agree on this one. I think the Chiefs are going to hit it pretty hot going into the playoffs. So
you going Kansas City. Brandon?
Going Kansas City as well.
That makes a sweep for us. So the Vegas Raiders will win. Langston is going against us. He says Vegas. Every time we always pick the same team, they lose. All right. Next up, Dallas versus Washington. A big-time noon matchup in the NFC. Brandon, who you got?
I want to say Washington, but my boy Chase Young is not playing.
He's not. But I think Sweat is back though.
You got Montez Sweat?
I think he's back this week.
Man, I'm not a Cowboy fan, so I have to go Washington team. I forgot we're not Redskins no more. Washington team.
All right. I wish they was still the Redskins. We would actually beat them then. They've been putting hands on us as the football team. Mike, who you got?
I got Arlington.
Don't do it. Hey, Mike is trying to sound like them people on Sunday Night Football. Michael Hasso, Mesquite Street. Like, no, name your college.
That makes it cool though. I mean, that you knowing demographics.
Right. I'll be confused. I'm like, where did he go to school?
But
he said Hot Boy University. Where is that?
But Mike, you kind of close when you said Arlington. You know, you got Arlington, Virginia, right there in the DMV.
Good job by you, Brandon. All right.
I'm gonna go the AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
He put a Sunday Night Football on us with the Arlington. All right, Tosha T Sizzle.
I'm gonna go with the WFTs. The W.
Even Langston picked Washington. I'm gonna ride with them Cowboys then. I need to make up a game on y'all. Y'all have been kicking my butt in these pro picks. All right, a big time game in the afternoon slate. The Bills versus the Bucks. Tosha, you up first. Buffalo or Tampa Bay?
Oh, I'm going for the Bills.
The Bills with the upset. Mike, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think it's gonna be a close game though.
Brandon?
I'm going with the Bucks. The Bills are a joke. Like they had the division.
No. He said the Bills are joking and really busted out laughing.
Like they had the division locked up, and we came out of nowhere and took over.
How do you lose a game when the other team threw the ball 3 times?
Thank you.
The last time that happened was when my sister went live on me last Christmas, and my nephew was playing with the Titans, and he never threw the ball, and he ran for 350 yards with Derrick Henry.
I just thought it was funny that he got outcoached, but then says no, it wasn't Belichick that outcoached him. Yeah, you outcoached yourself. Like, come on, man.
See, Langston says Brady's going to throw 2 interceptions, and he's going with the Bills. After what I saw on Monday night, they done. I'm going with the Bucks.
They're a joke.
I'm going with it. And that was well, he called him a joke and then busted out laughing. Buffalo, put that on your table and jump through it.
Because I believed in them, but it's just like, what happened? Like they just imploded.
They imploded on national TV. Don't you ever come in my locker room again. And they threw the ball 3 times and we got beat.
And you have to think, like, what kind of trust do you have from your players now? Like, how are they supposed to trust you now?
Right.
I'm gonna be like,
they playing for their own pride.
Yeah,
they almost want to go doing the skis without a stick, Tosha. They just want to fight now. They ain't trying to score no goals. Like, where's your hockey stick? All right. Last but not least, the Monday night rematch: Rams versus Cardinals. T Sizzle, that's in your back wheelhouse. That's in your division. Who you got?
Ooh, the only reason why I'm going with the Cardinals is because for some reason Matt Stafford still thinks that he plays in Detroit.
I'm starting to wonder about Matt Stafford. We're gonna get into that next week. Because I'm starting to wonder, was it Detroit or was it him? Mike, who you going with?
I got the Rams.
You still believe, huh? OBJ. Oh, sprinkling in. Speaking of implosion, there's a little shot for your Oklahoma Sooners there. Watch them in the Alamo Bowl, or are they in the Monarchy Car Care Bowl? I can't remember.
Where did we implode? Hold up. Where did we implode? Help me understand. Where did we implode? Like, come on now. Come on.
10-2. Hey, 10-2 is nothing to sneeze at.
Come on now.
Hey, he's a Louisville fan, by the way. He's a Louisville alum. So
really?
We need to look up their record.
Cardinals? They're not relevant. They haven't been relevant since Lamar Jackson, Teddy Bridgewater.
Give me some of that popcorn, Mike.
Come on now. Come on. If you don't talk, come on. You gotta come with it harder than that.
Young Buck is fighting back against the OGs. That's what we do on the extra point. That's right, Brandon. You fight for your right.
I'm over here like, and then what happened?
I was like, and what she say next?
Man, I just love it. I love Langston. He keeps it going. You know.
Right. Next time I have you coming up out your socks and shoes fighting. Yeah, like Wait a minute, hold on. What he says? Woo, saucy.
Yes, it's getting dicey up in here, man.
Right. And I like
Louisville
the fact
started
that when you come
as
on
soon
the
as they
extra
found
point,
out that
you're
they were
willing to fight.
cheating. They just
Oklahoma lost 2 games, and now all of a sudden they're in the toilet. I agree with Brandon on that. Y'all raising up off young Boomer sooner. So, as we conclude, we want to, first of all, hand out our condolences to the Denver Broncos and the family for the loss of Demaryius Thomas. That was tragic. 33 years old, seizure in the shower. As much as we laugh and joke and talk around, like we're really a family here at the Extra Point. And make sure you call your family and love on them. Make sure you call your friends and thank them, appreciate them. Like Brandon, I'm going to give him his flowers right here. Now, Mike and Tosha, there would have been no Extra Point without Mike and Tosha back in the radio beginning because nobody knew they was ghostwriting my shows. Nobody knew that. They never went on the radio. They never went on, hey, I'm giving him his topics or whatever. They just supported in the background. So that's why they have an opportunity to put their own thoughts out there for the world to see now that we have this platform. Brandon came in, the numbers shot up. He's opened us up to a whole new demographic. He's opened us up to the young people. We thank you for that. The numbers are going up across the board with you on board. We're glad to have you on board. So I'm giving everybody their flowers today in case I go in the shower and hit my head.
Yeah.
Y'all will
And
know
slip.
how I feel about y'all and how much I appreciate y'all because there will be no show without y'all, and I appreciate that. Tasha, you have a special shout out you want to give today, right?
Yes. Come here, Bella. Come here, Mama. Come here, Mama.
He called me Drake. Forget you, Langston. Somebody.
Come here, Mama.
I'm gonna cry when I get in the car.
Come here. Come here.
Somebody get him off of here.
Baby, today, Bella, look at the camera. She doesn't like the camera. Today is my baby's 14th birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Bella Blue.
And she is named after Blue because of Michigan. That's why I named her Bella Blue. Get down, Mama.
Happy birthday, Bella Blue. Shouts out. Mike, you got any shout outs today?
man, it's gonna be so weird not watching college football today.
Pray for us, right? Because normally we're running out of here to go catch an 11 o'clock game.
Right. It's good to spend some time with loved ones, like you said, and just enjoy the day. Try not to, y'all know, or most of y'all know me. I get agitated just being around slower people in front of me. So I'm going to pray for me because I'm going to go grocery shopping today. So.
Oh, I did it last night. Yes. Pray for this man. And Langston turns 50 next Friday. Hey, that's a blessing. I can't wait to turn 50. I'm going to try to do it like Oprah. Just need to find me a Gail to go do it with. Brandon, you got any parting shots today?
You get a card.
Yeah, I got a few shout outs. I first want to give a shout out to Jonathan Alexander. I went to high school with him. He declared for the NFL draft out of Charlotte. So I'm happy for him. And also I want to give a shout out to my friend Kayla Groves. She graduated yesterday from Charleston State with her BSN. She's going to be a nurse. So shout out to all the grads out there, all the football players who declared for the NFL draft. I'm just happy to see people that I have interacted with and know succeed. So shout out.
And this man will be judging an archery contest as soon as he get out of here. Like this is a busy man, so we appreciate you jumping on today. As for me, Drake, and the OVO, we say good day. We'll see y'all next Saturday right here at the Extra Point.
Oh, one more. Can I do one more?
Oh, one more. You got one more? Oh, okay. You did the Wesley Matthews, huh? Okay. All right.
Yes, like to send. Yeah, I like to, send prayers and everything out to everyone who's affected by the tornadoes. It hit, I know, Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yes.
Yes. And so anybody who's been affected, praying for your family and everything else.
Hey, you're in our prayers. We hope that you all are safe. And we hope that you all are back with us next week, man, right here at the Extra Point. Y'all be blessed. We out. Peace.